Your idea, just to reiterate, is to send a group of Jews to a Muslim country, to a place where they might get eaten by Bedouins, to run a fake hotel in order to rescue a group of black Jews who might or might not survive a 1,000-kilometer walk across the desert, to be smuggled out to sea by Israeli Navy SEALs to an Israeli ship.
Disguised as a petroleum service vessel. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. Thank you for coming back. If you are a returning... Ooh.
That's not me.
All of the echo. I was not expecting that.
Whoa. Echo.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for coming back.
Now it's gone.
I promise you that we know what we're doing, and this isn't our first episode.
What episode is it? What episode is it, Opie?
Episode 314. We've done 313 other shows that were mildly successful. Let's see if we can do better on that.
I don't know. Can you really call them successful?
Well,
I mean, honestly.
I don't know. We put.
I think we could call them shows. Let's just call them shows.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to put voice to tape. That's about all we were able to do with that. So.
Yeah, and sometimes that doesn't even work.
Yeah, we've even had episodes that didn't work. You're not wrong. The lost episodes of what was the one that we lost?
Cheapseat Reviews.
What did we lose? I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
the Bug
Ghost
movie.
in the Darkness, didn't we?
What?
Did we lose Ghost in the Darkness? Starship Troopers.
We lost Starship Troopers. Yeah, I think you're right. And the Ghost in the Darkness. Did we lose that one? I think you're right.
I think we did.
Yeah, that's a bummer. We should go back and redo those. This is episode 314, and tonight, though, we are not talking about the Ghost and the Darkness or the Bug movie. We're talking about Red Sea Diving Resort. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew. Always plant a tree in the runway, Jemison.
That's the perfect place for them. Where else would you plant them?
Yeah,
that's where you plant the nut trees, because they need to be shaken to get the nuts out of the tree. So
that's right.
When the planes go by, it shakes the tree.
That's good advice. That's very efficient.
Yeah. Right?
It reminds me a lot of my hometown airfield, actually.
Yeah. And in fact, same as the plane takes off, it blows the nuts back into the barrels. Like it.
Exactly.
Very
right?
efficient.
It's an efficient production system.
It is.
That they have going there.
Very.
So.
And speaking of Sam would definitely get into a fight with Sean in the jail vector.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, we'd come out of there bloodied and bruised in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, my gosh.
But if there was a way I would kill you in this movie, it would definitely be a harpoon from the roof.
That was such a weird moment, wasn't it? I felt so strange. You're like, get the harpoon gun and get on the roof. Like, okay. You get one shot,
right?
like.
And it's a harpoon. How accurate, really?
Yeah,
really are harpoons.
And
I don't think they would be that accurate.
Well, and it's not just that they're not accurate. It's like, I mean, I know they're meant to be shot underwater, but I mean, when was the last time that thing was fired? But also, like, wouldn't that I don't understand why the bus driver doesn't immediately see that and go, "Are we under attack? Like, what's happening?" Like he didn't care.
They
All
are
he
in
wanted.
Somalia too. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess.
I would expect attack around every corner in that part of the world.
Yeah, possibly. All right. So, oh my gosh. This is episode 314, Red Sea Diving Resort. I put this on the list the week that it came out, and we're just now getting to it. This came out basically when? I don't know, 2019, I think.
Oh, was it? Has it been on there this week?
Yeah, it's been out here for a while. It's not a new movie. Well,
For some reason, I thought this was something new.
No, July 31st, 2019.
Oh,
It's over a year old.
okay.
And again,
Wow.
it's been on the list. We just kept pushing it back because frankly, we got excited about other movies or a listener
yeah.
request or two. And I didn't mind pushing it back because it's like, well, all right, it's, it looks interesting. It's got Chris Evans. This is the first thing he's done, in a post end game
Apocalyptic world.
yeah, let's see what he's got. Can he act? And for me to not think of him as Captain America, and
Yeah.
the answer to that
And
question
can he-
is no.
No, he's still Captain America.
He's just a
different
Jewish
beard.
Captain America.
Yeah.
And Andrew
The
is
German accent.
frozen. This is cool.
Oh, he is. Oh, yeah.
He's completely frozen. He kind of looks like
Looks
Bruce
that
Willis.
Internet is working there for him tonight.
He
really
loo-
well.
He kind of looks like Bruce Willis with a goatee right now. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
He actually does.
It's weird. Well, while we wait for Andrew,
While he crawls through the air ducts, let's move on.
yeah, we'll move on. We'll just see what happens if he's able to join us this episode or not. My goodness. Yeah. So this movie, like I said, came out. It's a Netflix original. It's also
It has some pretty name brand actors in it. Well, Chris Evans. You've got Gandhi.
yeah.
You've got I know that other guy from somewhere. I can't remember, but
What?
the sexy guy.
The sexy guy. Ooh,
I've seen him in other movies somewhere.
who is the sexy guy?
The guy that was having sex in the hyperbolic chamber,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I don't know his name. I don't know his character name. It wasn't.
But I've seen him in other movies.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what he. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm trying to remember which guy he is, though. We do have a Jurassic Park connection.
Yeah, Laura Dern.
Is Laura Dern in this movie?
Oh yeah,
Is she really? How
she
did I,
plays a big part.
did I miss it? I honestly.
She's the Somali warlord.
Okay, that's where we're going. Okay, I was like, it has been so. Just for the inside baseball here. We were supposed to record last week. We're sorry we missed a week. Basically, Andrew was sick, and then Sam's dog ate his microphone, and so we had to order a new
She
microphone.
literally ate. Yeah.
Yeah.
In her stomach, she's gonna be pooping out wires pretty soon, I'm sure,
Yeah,
with this mic. So
yeah,
hope she gets indigestion.
yeah. Ingestion. So anyway,
So about Laura Dern.
So no. My point is that it's literally been like 9 days since I've watched this movie. So if there's stuff that I forget, I think it's fairly understandable. And Andrew's back. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the show.
Oh, hi guys.
Hey. No, one of the guys. I was looking at one of the I think the guy with the gun with the harpoon gun. He's in Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, is he?
He's the guy what steals the eggs.
See,
Vince
oh,
Vaughn.
that's right. Yeah.
Not
Okay.
Vince Vaughn.
Maybe that's where I got him from.
That's the second one.
But Jurassic Park 3 is forgettable, and I'd like to remind everybody that we aren't to speak of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3 is like the odd movies for Star Trek or the prequels and the sequels of Star Wars.
Yeah.
People just
Only
don't
worse.
like to
Like
yeah.
quite literally destroyed a franchise, and then they tried to reboot it with a whole new thing. So
Well, they did reboot it, and they did. I think Jurassic World was pretty well received.
yeah.
Jurassic World 2: Fallen Kingdom was, he was all
I'm
right.
there with you.
He was all right, but it kind of
It
did.
was serviceable.
Yeah, I mean, but like the first one kind of brought it back to what the movie's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a lot of people in danger.
It was a copy of the first movie. It brought the nostalgia back as
Well,
well.
I mean, that's
Nobody got eaten on a toilet in the second one, though.
That's
Or the
true.
third.
No. The second one tried to open the world up a little bit more with some weird stuff. So anyway,
No, it's fine. But
more about Laura Dern. in this movie.
Yeah, again, she's not, but that's fine. But your point, Sam, was that you got Chris Evans, you have Sir Ben Kingsley, who we've seen. He's an alumni of this podcast. Greg Kinnear is in this. He's always great in things. That's all the people I recognized in the movie. Obviously,
The rest are Walmart brand actors.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of them are just.
It feels like a Netflix film.
It kind of does feel like a Netflix film, and also they are. There's no other way to say it. They're not white actors. You know what I'm saying? Like they're from other parts of the world where they have acting, and they're not in they're not in the movies that we watch.
No.
Haley Bennett, though, the only female in the movie.
Yeah.
I kept mistaking her from Daenerys. Like, she kind of looks like an Emily Clark a little bit. Like, I'm not saying I was like, oh, look, it's the Mother Dragons, but it's like, if you put Emily Clark in this role, it seems like you could interchange them, and I would. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
She was in Magnificent Seven that we watched. She was in. She was the girl. What kickstarts this whole thing off. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. So a lot of other people that are in movies that we've done, which is cool. I always like it when we get to have some
Recognize some folks.
Yeah.
When we get to do others, is that what you're saying?
Sure. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. But this movie is produced by a lot of people. My gosh, if you look at the crew on this, I mean, there's, I don't know, 20 names on this produced. Yeah, it's a lot of people. Music by Michael spelled with a Y, Mychael, Michael Dana. He's done.
Somebody drinks his tea with his pinky out.
Let's see. He did the.
I'm Michael Dana.
He did the new Addams Family movie, the animated thing that just came out. Oh my gosh, my computer keeps going to sleep. Why do you keep going to sleep? I don't have a sleep thingy on you. He's done some other stuff.
Sometimes they go to sleep on you if you don't keep them entertained.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They'll start snoring when you least expect it.
Yeah, you've at least got to rub their leg or something.
Yeah.
Is that what it needs to happen right now? Is that need to?
Yep. Got to be a little bit more aggressive.
Be more attentive to. Oh, he did The Good Dinosaur. That's an okay movie. He did Moneyball. I like that movie.
Who did?
The guy that did the films for this. We were just talking about him. Michael, what's his name? Michael Dana.
Pena?
He did. He's done some stuff. He's done a bunch of stuff. Gosh. He did 8mm. Oh, that's a weird movie.
Is that the one with Nick Cage?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of S&M kind of stuff happening, and it's
It's like what did they call that? A film, a snuff film?
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Oh, he did your movie, Sam. He did Life of Pi. I know you love that movie.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Anyway, I thought my point was I thought the music was actually pretty good in this movie. I kind of enjoyed it. When I noticed it. So anyway, yeah. So I think I've kind of set the scene here. Red Sea Diving Resort stars Chris Evans and other people I mentioned. Directed by Gideon Raff. Who has done some stuff. He's
Raff.
He's Israeli. He is Israeli. I had to say that correctly. Directed most recently. He's done. What he did The Babysitter. It was a short film in 2003, so I guess not the one that we did. Red Sea Diving Resort is kind of his big film.
His big thing.
Yeah, he did the show. He's done Quantico, Heroes Reborn, a couple episodes. He's mostly a writer. He's written a lot of episodes of Homeland and something called Tyrant, Prisoners of War, things like that. But, he did an okay job in this movie, I thought. We'll get to how we felt about this movie and in just a second, but just kind of laying down some of the particulars here for the movie for Red Sea Diving Resort. But at this point, I will let Sam take over and give his
Sure.
5-word review.
Yeah, I've been waiting years for this, guys. This is something I've been looking forward to doing.
Yeah, years. You thought 5 minutes ago this movie came out last week.
Yeah. So I've actually got 3 of them tonight.
Oh,
I
wow.
guess since we took a 2-week hiatus, so I've got 3 of them. My first one is Uber takes a wrong turn. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So they're like, but that one wasn't good. So I thought second one. Now you have to understand that New York is NY in this because I had to make it fit, right?
Okay.
Escape from New York, Africa edition.
All right. Nice.
And then my last one, which kind of shows my not contempt for this movie, but just kind of how I feel, and that is a whole lot of in this movie.
All right. A whole lot of
Just it's like it feels like it has the bones for a decent film.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it has everything going for it. It just never really gets there. Right? It's a great story. It's I'm based on true story, all that sort of mess. But it's never really a comedy. It's never really a action adventure. It's never really a thriller. It's just kind of
It just tells the story.
Yeah, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know if I was going into it looking for something else, but it was just okay. It was nothing to write home about. Let's just say that.
Kind of like McAdoo's, just to be there.
Just to be there.
No, you're right. You're right. So
That's funny. Just to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can kind of see where you're saying that. I mean, the movie. IMDb has it as a drama history thriller, and it does have elements of
Night
all of those.
Shyamalan?
No.
Yeah.
There's not some twist at the end where all the Jews that they were trying to ferry across were actually dead people, or I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. I couldn't think of a twist that didn't come across as super insensitive.
Well, and please don't think I'm poo-pooing the movie. I think it was a decent movie. It's well made. I think it's fairly well acted and well shot. I just didn't see anything I haven't seen before, basically. So it was just kind of.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Andrew. What you got?
Well, we can't downplay all the porn stashes and the 1970s swimsuits from the guys. I felt like I was watching Magnum PI. Yeah, so
Thank
my
God
5
we're
word
past
review,
that, by the way.
I've got 2. Oh yeah, I know. I've got 2 5-word reviews.
Okay.
The first one is Boone Hotels kill many people. So this is already better. And the other one is good but a little cliche.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm feeling in this.
I mean to hit my microphone. Sorry. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Sam. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, and I thought that it was well done, but at the same time, it didn't wow me. There was nothing about it that said, "This is awesome. This is something I haven't seen before. This is a great way to tell this story. This is yada yada yada." It was just there, and I don't know. It was honestly, I say if a movie keeps my attention, I think it's a good movie. Honestly, in some parts of this, it didn't keep my attention.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been that I was just really tired that night, but very rare do I fall asleep watching a movie. And I did fall asleep, and I don't know if I wasn't. Like I said, I may have just been really tired, because the story itself is. I kind of looked at it as a docudrama.
Right.
So it was telling a story in the fashion of a film rather than a true documentary. And I know people that their families moved to the United States because of this very incident. And so there was a girl in one of my classes in elementary school, actually.
Really?
That, yeah. And so her family moved to the U.S. because of this. And so, I mean, it kind of a closer to home connection for me, but I still just didn't care about it that much. I'm not trying to be mean. I just, it is what it is.
Sure. No, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with both of you a little bit. I'm trying to remember how I felt a week ago. Because I think my review might have been a little different had we recorded last Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I kind of enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I didn't have a good time. That's the wrong word. But like, I enjoyed the story. The moments of kind of the thrilling moments, the heightened moments of tension, they kind of worked on me. Like when the crazy general man is there eating dinner, and he starts kind of grabbing that poor server girl, waitress, whoever's serving the meal, and Chris Evans reaches for the knife, and then like the tension's just kind of building. Like it's obviously not like Tarantino level tension, but it's like it built tension, and it had me in. And then when Chris Evans put that knife to that guy's throat, and he's like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And he's like, "Hopefully have my dessert." Like that part really worked for me. Like those parts worked for me pretty well. And the other parts that work are the cliche parts, but they don't bother me. The team building cliche, we've seen that. I mean, of the 300 and plus movies we've seen that in, we've probably seen the team building montage probably 50 times just on this podcast.
Yeah,
And
but my issue falls though is did this one do it better?
Different? Yeah. Did it do it different? Did it have a different voice?
No,
And it really didn't. And it was just kind of same old. Where I mean, in a way, this could fit as easily on Netflix as it could on the History Channel.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, you could see this
Saturday afternoon special, basically
on AMC or A&E or anything like that.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Or Saturday morning cartoons.
There's yeah, exactly. Nothing like a rousing display of genocide to start your weekend off. I think, trying to defend the film a little bit, I think the uniqueness, the two parts that make this story unique, the movie unique, other than every other movie that we've seen that's kind of in the same vein where we have to build a team to do a thing behind enemy lines. One is Chris Evans, and two, it's this particular story. It's this thing in history where there are people from one country trying to get out of that country because the people in the government is killing them systematically, and they're trying to go to another country, right? So it's another great story of people risking their lives to save other people. So that's obviously a cool story.
Oh yeah.
I'm
not saying the story is bad.
No.
I'm just saying
none of us are. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that Andrew and I had, and whoever else was with us. Crap, Andrew. Who joined us on Red Tails?
Corny.
Was it Corny?
Yeah.
Was it Corny? I don't remember. Wasn't
Maybe
Corny?
it was Steven.
I think it was Steven.
Might have been Steven.
I don't remember. Anyway.
Oh, no, it was Steven. You're right. It was.
Yeah. So my point is that like story great story, but bad movie. That in that case, I don't think this is a bad movie. I think this is better than Red Tails by far. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not by far, but this is a better movie.
Well, no, you're right.
It is better. Yeah. Well,
Red Tails is bad.
maybe by far. I don't know. See, now I'm really confused. Who joined us on Red Tails? Let's get a bother.
Sure it was Steven.
Really.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you.
While you're thinking, I'm
maybe
gonna
it was
say
corny.
my thought before I forget it.
Yeah, please.
I think the one big issue that I know this sounds bad. I think had Chris Evans been replaced by a no-name actor,
Yeah.
or one that I didn't know very well, I might have cared about this story a little more.
Did we expect too much with Chris?
maybe, but I
he's-
feel like the story, he was too big for the story, I think.
Yeah. He
that
just
makes
he
sense.
just saved the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he just saved the universe. And he kept doing things in this movie that Captain America would do.
Yeah.
You know, like I
If he
captured
doesn't
one
want
of,
to get typecast, he's not doing the right things right now.
well, I mean, I wouldn't say that cuz I haven't seen it, but this new Saving whatever it's called, it's on Apple TV. It's like he's the dad of this boy that does like horrible things. Defending Jacob, that's what it is, Defending Jacob. Like he's this dad and his son Jacob is like, you okay?
What?
Oh, sorry, there was a loud noise. I sounded like you punched your microphone or something.
No.
but-
Didn't even move.
Oh,
Weird.
weird. Okay, there it goes again.
It goes again?
Yeah,
Hold on.
You don't have a dog chewing on a
like
microphone.
is your dog actively chewing on the microphone again?
No, I have my hand on the controller. I'll flip the thumb thing every now and then just so it doesn't die on me.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I wonder if you
weird.
maybe you bumped the connector. Anyway, but
Yeah.
like
Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. We're good. Defending Jacob, different kind of movie. Knives Out, very different kind of movie. And then
now,
he's in,
Knives Out is far from typical for Chris Evans.
yeah,
I would
exactly.
say.
So I think he'll get there, right? He's gonna get there. He just hasn't had a
I
chance
think he's
to.
a good actor.
I think he's a really good actor. And we'll talk about that later in our what's it called? Top 3, because we're doing Chris Evans. But now I'm going to do my 5-word review because I haven't done that yet. And that is Jewish American saves Ethiopian Jews.
Okay.
Very matter-of-factly.
That's kind of like the movie
Just
itself.
like the
It's
movie, yeah.
Just like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your review is probably the most apt review of all the reviews.
Yeah, I think we could just put that under what IMDb would say.
Right?
Yeah.
Just plain old, no bolding, no underlining, just
2 plus
exactly
2
what you said.
does equal 4.
Yeah. Well, so I was listening to sports talk radio the other day, and they had the local guy, the local station had this guy on who used to have his own radio show but doesn't anymore. And there's a reason why he doesn't anymore, because he's not very good at radio. And he says the same things over and over again, and he loves little rhymes and things, and little cliches like you can't have the X's and the O's without the Jimmys and the Joes. Like he says stuff like that all the time, and I hated it. This is one of the reasons why again he lost his show. But one of the other things that he says, which I agree with, is sometimes you have football players on a team that what he refers to as Jags or just a guy.
okay.
And that made me think about this movie, and that is that this movie would be what? A jam is just a movie.
He never
Just a
got
movie.
fired for saying get the Jag off, did he?
No, he did not.
Get him off the field.
I don't think he was fired. I just think when his 3-year contract was up, they just said,
they just didn't renew it.
yeah, they said, thanks, Frank. We're going to
Is
just.
that kind of like every good basketball program has to have a redhead,
I don't know. Is that a thing?
right? Yeah, if you ever look at these good basketball programs, somewhere on the bench is an ugly redhead.
Oh, yeah. On the bench.
Muggsy
You're not.
Bogues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muggsy Bogues. Not quite.
No, you're right. Yeah, exactly. Like Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, well, it's funny you said that, Sam. You're actually kind of not wrong. I mean, because usually buried deep on the bench is like some 6'9", 6'10", but he
Awkward.
only weighs 210 pounds. You know, this skinny redhead with bad acne, and it's like, what is he doing there? Well,
Most people from our country are short and stocky, but once in a while we put out a really big mother, and he has to play basketball.
it took my ears a second to figure out what accent he was doing. I honestly thought you were doing Russian for a second before.
Yeah, that was great.
Can you
But
can
not
you
wrong.
Russians don't allow redheads in their country.
can you do Russian accent?
Only when I'm doing vodka,
Nice. That's pretty good.
dancing with big Russian bear,
Yeah.
Kodiak.
This is great. Oh, that's really good. That's great. Okay. What else am I going to say about this movie? This movie. Oh wait, I gotta do it. Hold on. I gotta play it. Oh my gosh, the montages. This movie had like 2 or 3, didn't it?
Yeah, the cleaning up montage,
Yeah.
the truck, coming out montage, the montage,
build a team montage, definitely.
Yeah,
The really bad dancing montage.
yeah.
Yeah, so the movie had some montages. Definitely had some of that.
I love our awkward silence. I just love it. You gotta edit that out, right, Sean?
Ah, gosh, no, I don't edit anything out unless one of you guys drops F-bombs or Andrew falls asleep. Oh, wait, no, I definitely keep that in the show.
No, we didn't edit. Yeah, we keep that. That's gold. That's just
Thanks for that,
pure
Bummer.
gold. Pure podcasting. But you could tell none of us really hated or loved this movie because it's just kind of boring.
I mean, it's so boring, it's making you yawn just talking about it.
Right? Yeah, and it's like we're doing everything in our power to try to talk about this movie, but we keep going down these rabbit holes that make us enjoy doing this more.
Well, so I'm gonna dive to my notes or revert back to my notes. But so the
Okay.
first note I did was the old weight on the gas pedal trick. And then I wrote, but of course that doesn't work when it's a stick shift.
No.
I mean,
Well, you could really grind out a gear.
I mean, I
Like,
guess if
could
if he got into the cab, put it in gear,
you'd have to jump out.
Yeah,
right?
jump out while your left hand is holding both. Your hand is holding both the brake and the clutch, and then do the
Yeah.
thing, and then let go of the. It's
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It was a Prius. Come on.
It was a Prius.
I never even thought of that, Sean. Now that you've ruined that forever.
Well, it's because I had a stick shift. Like the last 2 of my cars were stick shift, and when it shows the shot of when the guy opens the door, because as soon as you saw Chris Evans pull out the heavy toolbox, I'm like, oh, he's
you
gonna
knew,
do.
yeah.
You knew what he was gonna do, and so when the guy opens the door and you see the toolbox there and the engine's just revving, I'm like, what? There's a third pedal there. That's a clutch. Like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Again, 90%
Movie
of the
magic.
people that watched this movie would not have known that kind of a thing. But that's the stuff that you guys know. That stuff annoys me because it's the director talking down to us. It's the equivalency of
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan taking a painting that it's 3 feet long and squishing it into a briefcase that's 18 inches and then opening it back up and it's not even broken. It's the same thing. I did write the good thing that they had diving gear there at the diving resort. I don't know if they brought it with them, but it was kind
I'm
of
sure they brought it with them because the whole idea was to create the illusion.
I don't think you
Right.
could call it a diving resort without diving equipment, though.
yeah. But I mean, like they were surprised that people showed up on day 2.
Oh, that they had that.
Well,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like that they were going to build the resort up just as the front, and then just kind of have like fake gear. It just seemed, super inconvenient that, and which is the point of the movie is that here comes a busload of Germans. And here's the funny thing. Again, watching the movie, I was kind of tired, and I wasn't really paying attention to the undertone until later on in the movie. But when the guy gets out and he starts talking, and one of the guys off camera is like, "Of course it's Germans." I'm like, why would they care? And then it was later. I'm like, oh right, these guys are Israeli. Like these are Jewish guys, and
Yeah.
they're only 30 years post World War II. There's
still some animosity.
there's still some
No, no.
issues there.
Not all of them went to South America.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah.
like Argentina, where they're all supposedly hiding. Still.
South Carolina.
I was gonna make a
North Carolina.
I was gonna make a Charlottesville joke, but I guess we're there.
Apparently
Evil.
some of the cars in the Elon parade the other day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Evil men with power will always do evil things. Is one of the comments I made.
I wonder you know, it's a trope, right? The African warlord trope or the war general trope. I mean, and this is Tropicana 100% juice right here, right? It This guy eats it up. Why can't we just have a different take on it, right? Have him be really, really nice, really, really cool, and then just turn the corner and all of a sudden he shoots somebody or so. You know, just I don't understand why it has to be that way. Does that make sense? Give me something new to look at. Give me something new and interesting to see. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the you're eating my sesame cake trope with African warlords.
Yeah.
Mr. Homolka? Well, stop eating my sesame cake.
There you go.
Right, though?
Well, here's my question. Okay.
Okay.
Here's my question. So, basically, all African warlords from the movie Sahara to this movie to some other ones we've watched, they're all kind of portrayed the same as these kind of crazy dictators who gain power because they were in the military and then they had the wherewithal and no one cares because it's Africa.
Or they're just the guy who's the craziest and most violent.
Yeah.
Then they get the job.
And that's usually why they're on their leadership is because they're the most willing to do the most violent things.
Yeah.
So either, and this is maybe this is our ignorant American selves here. So either that's how they actually are and movies are portraying them pretty accurately, or we haven't woken up to the realization of what's actually happening in those places. And this is my example. Think of movies before September 11th, 2001 with Arab terrorists. Prime example is True Lies. I love True Lies, but the Arab terrorists in True Lies are cartoon characters. You know what I'm saying? They're cartoon character villains. And then 9/11 happens, and all of a sudden our Arab terrorists turn into crafty, sadistic, smart, able to outwit Jack Bauer until the last second kind of a thing. Because we now knew what they could do. So is it gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that where we are? Is that we need to have a horrible thing? I don't know. But I know what you're saying, Sam, is that we're tired of seeing these kind of cartoon character generals, but maybe that's what they are.
Or is it an Americanized, think the old spaghetti westerns, right, where the Native Americans were portrayed in a certain way.
I mean, maybe, but again, this is an Israeli director filmed. This is not Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? The only Hollywood in this is Chris Evans.
Yeah.
This is an Israeli director. This is a lot of other, Jewish people doing the movie, and they there might be people making this movie that have stake in this story. And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, and I feel
but not pork.
A steak. Got it. Okay, took me a second.
Yeah.
Get it? Because Jews. I'm sorry.
That was bad.
Do I need to delete that? I don't know what just happened.
But I'm thinking my thoughts was this movie made because it was a Jewish story? Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
But was it a forced story? Did we need this story told?
I don't know three Protestant white dudes, do we need this story told? I don't know, probably not. But I mean, I'm sure
I think it's a great story. That's
absolutely.
what I'm saying. I think it's a really cool story. I think it would be great if I read about it in a National Geographic or a short story. I just don't think a movie has enough substance for it.
Well,
or go the entire opposite way and make it a comedy drama, right? I mean, this has comedy drama written all over it in terms of the kookiness of a diving resort, where they're trying to do these missions to get people out.
I don't think that works with the subject material.
You don't think so?
and
No.
especially because it's based on real life.
Yeah.
I don't know. It does remind me somewhat, though. What is that? I'm trying to think. I'll come back to it. Hang on.
Well, my point, maybe I'm stealing your movie, Andrew. What I'm thinking of is, to your point, Sam. I feel like I'm just trying to counter you to counter you, but I'm not. But is this story that is a story that we need to have told? I think it's a small story of a thing that happened, but I think it's important. Like other movies that we've seen, where we go, like the Siege of Jadotville.
Yeah.
None of us had ever heard of that moment in history, ever.
No.
And then we watch it and go, that was interesting. I want to read more about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this is supposed to do, is pique our interest and go, oh my gosh, there are thousands of Ethiopian Jews. I didn't know that sentence could be formed. Honestly, I didn't know that. I mean, seriously, I didn't know that there were Jews, honestly, anywhere else in the world other than where they were in Europe, Poland, Germany, kind of that Russia area.
I knew only because apparently the Holy Grail is in Ethiopia because the Jewish people brought it down there.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, according to Indiana Jones, it's in the
It's
Sudan.
in Egypt or Sudan. Was it Sudan?
I can't remember where it is. It was desert.
Yeah.
Remember that. There was a sultan, right? There was a desert and a sultan where the crescent moon and Junior. It was Junior.
Yeah.
I think that this director almost played it a little safe in the fact that we didn't embellish some of the things that could have been embellished when it comes to action. But I think if we had gone the opposite direction, like you're talking, Sam, like a Wes Anderson type movie in some ways, I was thinking of the Grand Budapest Hotel. I don't know, maybe because it's another hotel.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But we can all agree that something doesn't quite work with this.
And I stick with
Right?
the fact that I really think that it's the act. I really think that Chris Evans is. I mean, he's great, but I don't think this role was for him. I think it would have been a better movie had he not been in it. And I won't say that they would have maybe been as successful with a no-name person, but maybe somebody who's not quite Chris Evans.
Well,
Like,
okay.
Bradley Cooper, or
Well, how about just throwing this crazy thing out. How about someone that's actually Israeli?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or someone that looks Israeli. Like get Jim Caviezel, or he might be a little too old for the role. But you know what I'm saying? Like let's. I'm not saying we whitewashed it. I don't know. Maybe the original story and that character, because there's nothing in the trivia about it, But maybe that person that he's portraying was a kid, that goes to America and lives there and then comes home, and that's why he has no accent. That's why he sounds like a kid from Brooklyn, right, or Boston or whatever he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's true. I don't know, but I 100% agree with you, Andrew. Chris Evans is too big for this part. The story is supposed to be the main character of the movie.
Yeah.
And all I'm looking at is Captain America do Captain America things, saying Captain America things.
Well, let me ask this question. Had you never seen any Marvel films with Chris Evans, would you still look at it the same way?
No, because I wouldn't know
Probably
who he
not.
was. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had only ever seen him in Snowpiercer and Fantastic
Knives Out.
Four and Knives Out, he would just be another dude.
So do you think that our past experiences are affecting how we enjoy this movie?
Yes, but you
Yeah,
hire him in that role because of his cachet.
Because you can say Chris Evans stars in.
Right. That's why you put him in the movie, is because you're trying to get the big name dude that just came off a $2 billion movie. You want some of that on your film set. So again, I know why they cast him. We just all three of us agree it's the wrong cast.
Yeah.
Leave everyone else. Everyone else is great. Just put someone with a little bit more melanin in their skin. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now that we've successfully pissed off all Chris Evans fans around the world,
as well as the whole country and people, I think.
I'm sure Central Africa's still pissed at me too, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I only had two other notes.
At least we're not Mel Gibson.
Well,
That is true.
that is true. Using a bullet for a pick is a bad idea. What do I mean by that? Maybe it was a toothpick? Maybe he was using a bullet as a toothpick.
How would you do that? It's too
I don't
big,
remember.
unless you're like Michael
You have to
Strahan.
have some summer teeth.
Yeah.
Some are here and some
Some
are
are
over
gone,
here.
Somewhere there. Yeah.
The last note I did is, how did the bad guy army know to go to the airfield?
Where else would you go?
But like the whole movie, that general guy or colonel, whatever he is, he thinks that there's shady things happening at the resort. We know that one of the guys that worked at the resort showed up and ratted them out. But did he know they were going to that abandoned airfield?
So that's a good question.
You know, like
we made it as big of a ending. Right?
I mean, yeah, we needed that moment. We needed we needed that confrontation to build up the tension, to get the excitement, because otherwise it's just you just go to you're just going down to Charlotte Douglas International and watching people get on a plane. You know, I understand the purpose, but at least show me how the guy knew that. Have him say, or like when the guys bark an order, say, "Hey, we're going to the airfield," or something like that. We're going to that old airfield. Like we don't know that. They just show up. It's just once again the trope of the bad guy is omniscient. The tropes that I did write: hero is devoted to his work and neglects his family. That's a pretty good trope. They use a lot.
Do we even really need that?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
think we really needed to know that. I mean, we know. I guess that was to kind of take away from the Captain America type.
To show that he has a
description.
flaw, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think we really needed that.
Yeah, I mean, do we need more to just? I mean, I don't know. I guess it was kind of nice at the end when he's able to pull out the envelope and it shows the picture of him now with his daughter. But I felt weird. I was like, how did he earn that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does his daughter know what he's doing? And now she's proud of him, and so she's okay with him being not home. That's why she drew him as part of the family. Like, that was what
Weird.
was confusing to me. Is like, how did he get back into the family if he's not there? So I thought that was weird. Other than just to give us a happy moment with him, but yelling boss tropes. That was we had that one too. The yelling boss guy. So that was a thing. You ready for some clippy clips? I have a few.
Let's do it.
And by a few, I have 7.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't think that this movie would produce a lot of clips, but it does. They're all super short, though. They're all pretty short. So here is Captain America saying Captain America things.
We leave no one behind.
You can totally see him saying that as Captain America.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yep. Just put on the old red, white, and blue, and
Yeah, I mean, it's just I can totally see where Falcon is hurt behind enemy lines, and they got to go find him. Cap, what are we gonna do?
We leave no one behind.
All right, Captain America. It's funny because like even in the cinematic universe, they even acknowledge the fact that he's a good speech writer. Like that's part of his superpowers is the inspirational speech. You know, like Andrew, I know Andrew's saying I know you haven't seen Jumanji yet, but Andrew, have you seen the new Jumanji, the first remake with The Rock?
Yeah.
You know how one of his superpowers is the smolder?
Mm-hmm.
That's like Captain America's superpower is also speech writing. I mean, like in Cap 2, he says this speech to get the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. all pumped up, and then even Anthony Mackie walks up and goes, Did you write that down, or did you just make that up off the top of your head? And then like even in Endgame, he says all those things, and then Rocket looks up and goes, man, he's really good. And that man's like, I know, right? So
they put that in the Compound V.
I don't think Sean's seen the show.
Oh, you should watch The Boys, Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Oh, The Boys. Okay, yeah. I I thought, is that what the serum is called that they inject into him? But okay,
the super soldier cocktail.
Super
oh,
Soldier
okay.
Cocktail, yeah.
Well, I'm still on Umbrella Academy, so
Okay.
I'm on episode I think 6 or something.
Season 1.
Yes, yeah, like just episode 6. Yeah. This made me chuckle.
Thank you. Didn't we fire him?
Twice.
I like that. Didn't we fire him twice? You just can't. Like, could you imagine, like, you get fired from a job and then you just show back up and then you do something to piss them off, they fire you again, and then you just keep coming back? You know, like it's funny as a line, but it makes you think either, like, look, it's HR for the Israeli government, like, just pissed off, like, okay, is he fired or not? Because he keeps showing up to work and he's punching his time clock. So are we paying him or not? Anyway, these are the dumb things I think about. I keep forgetting the name of the movie. What's the name of the movie, Sam?
Red Sea Diving Resort.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. I couldn't remember.
Painted on the front of the building, Sean.
I can't. Honestly, I forgot the name of this movie 3 times. Like last week, I always send you guys the text, hey guys, don't forget this is the movie we're doing. I had to look it up twice because this movie just it's kind of forgettable, and I feel bad that it is. But
Well, I think the title fits the movie.
Yeah.
In a way.
yeah.
Kind of fades into the background.
It's like I've seen tons of TV shows on the History Channel about this historical event or that historical event, and I can't recall a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, that's just, that happens. This made me laugh. It's just 4 seconds of a noise. I just love the idea that they didn't have a photocopier, so they decided to make the noise of a photocopier. That made me laugh. And obviously it made her laugh. Here we go. Here is the brochure.
The only way to spread the tan evenly.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. What's going on here?
Well, your brochure mentioned the daily relaxing Tai Chi class, Irving. Liam is doing laundry because he lost a bet. Angela went shopping after giving a massage to a hairy Nazi. Now I am giving a diving tour, which starts in exactly 12 minutes, as per your f***ing brochure. Care to join?
Yeah, and it was at that line where I went, oh, right. They're Germans. That's why they're pissed. It literally took me to that line. I mean, that was probably 8 minutes of movie time later before it kind of hit me. It's like, oh, right, Nazis. I got it. Okay. So this is really interesting, Sam, that I actually have audio from the days when I was pledging under you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's very strange, and so
it's not high pitched screaming, is it?
Well, it's after that. So basically, it's after whatever has happened, and it's very weird. But this is what happened.
We did this to each other. What do you mean? We don't get along.
Yeah. So.
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah. Here's another. I captured this one because this is just another. It's just another Captain America speech. So here you go.
Wait. I don't know what this person's going to tell you. They may tell you to throw me out of the building, maybe out of the country, but I promise you, what you do right now will be your legacy. When you look back on this moment, it will either fill you with great pride or great shame.
There you go. He loves his stuff.
Loves his speeches.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
Yes, I am. Person who I've forgotten your name. Chris Evans and Michael Huisman were born 1981, the same year that this movie takes place. Yes.
Wow.
This is the kind of trivia you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Netflix trivia.
Yeah.
I love it.
The scene with the naked scuba diver, I didn't know there was a naked scuba diver, but did you guys see one?
Coming out of the chamber. Remember, he said, "Give me a hug, but you better need to put some clothes on or something like that."
No, I don't.
You don't remember
I
that?
don't remember it.
Butt naked. Yeah.
You didn't catch that clip?
No. But anyway, so the scene with the naked scuba diver is likely a reference to the custom of being naked when completing your 100th dive.
Scuba Steve.
So, so Sam, I really hope that you are with Chad and Megan when they do their 100th.
No, thank you. No, that will be a dive I will not participate.
I captured this off of Wikipedia, okay, because this was a movie where I kind of wanted to do a little bit more research on my own, and I did a little bit more research to kind of see, because sometimes in the movie we'll have the things that the statement of what happened. I kind of wanted to see if those were accurate, and this is what the director said. This is a statement that the director said. I thought it was pretty interesting. Quote, I hope that the audience will think about. What I hope the audience will think about when they see the film is that there are about 65 million refugees in the world today, said Raff in a statement. We seem to be closing the doors in their faces, and many of them are losing their lives on their way to a better future. Compassion would be the biggest thing that I hope people will take away. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this is needed, especially right now in the world. And I agree. I hope that compassion is something that is taken away from it. Because I think that there are a lot of people, and I'll say it, there's a lot of people in our area and in our country that they're completely opposed to welcoming anybody that's different than us into a country where we were built upon immigrants. We were built upon people fleeing their native lands to find freedom against, from persecution and other things. And I hope that people do watch this and get that message.
Yep.
But that's just me.
Do you think that, I'll say this, I had an easier time with the idea that they're sneaking in hundreds of refugees, thousands of refugees, because Israel is based on a religion. The country is based on a religion, and these people shared their religion. Is that an easier sell? Because let's just be honest. In 2020, ignoring COVID, in 2019, if 5,000 Ethiopian Christian refugees called us up and said, "We want you to come get us. We're being killed by our leaders," would we? I don't know the answer to that.
I
would hope we would, but I doubt it.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know the answer to that. But the fact that they were Jewish, and the Israeli government felt strong enough to risk men, money, and personnel to get them out of there because they were Jewish. So there is, I don't know, there's something to be said about that. That compassion on a humanitarian level, as well as on a religious level. I thought it was pretty interesting. So with that heavy idea, let's do something dumb like this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
Not that, this.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, how's that for a transition? We're going to do top 3 Chris Evans movies. I don't know about you guys, but I actively did not put any of the MCU movies in my top 3. On purpose.
I tried not to. Yeah. I stayed away.
I'm just going to put all of his movies are great in the MCU. Even Captain America 1, which is not great, but he's still pretty good in it. But the rest of the time he's on camera, he's the best. Andrew.
Okay. I had a movie that for some reason a lot of people don't like, but I kind of did. Number 3 called Push, which is, I think, a pretty good movie. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it.
Yes. Totally agree.
Yeah. Number 2, I did put in Civil War.
Sure.
I did put in an MCU film. And then number one, I have Knives Out.
All right.
Not because of him necessarily, but it's a great film.
Just the movie
It
itself.
is a great film.
Yeah, and he is good in it. I mean, he does.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But that's a movie the movie is bigger than the actor.
That movie definitely is. The sum is greater than the parts. Like all the parts are really good, but the whole is better.
Yes.
You know.
Agree.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, again, we go back and listen to that episode. We loved it, and go watch that movie. It's on Amazon because it's great.
Yeah.
Sam.
All right, I've got my number 3 as Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
Versus the World.
Yeah.
My number 2 is actually Knives Out, and my number 1 is an unforgettable Snowpiercer.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So we're all kind of in the same vein where basically we're all kind of. I'm just going to reshuffle your order, Sam. Snowpiercer is number 3. Knives Out is my number 2, and then I'm stealing Andrew's and doing number 1 as Push.
As Push.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I've seen Push.
It's never streaming. If it streams, we'll do it for the podcast. It's worth watching.
That's why I've never seen it. Okay.
Yeah, it's worth watching. It's a kind of a weird indie film with a bunch of actors you've seen, and it's really good and weird and low budget and just this kind of almost Umbrella Academy meets X-Men kind of a vibe. It's weird and violent and great.
And it involves a lot of pushing.
There's a lot of pushing.
There's pushing. Okay.
Which is funny because the main character of the movie doesn't push. The main sidekick doesn't push. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The main girl, the love interest and the point of the movie, right? She's the what's it called, Sam? It's the thing that drives the story. It's the ring from Lord of the Rings. It's the bless you.
Oh crap! I tried to mute.
The MacGuffin.
A MacGuffin. She's like a human MacGuffin in the movie because she's the reason why everything happens. She's the one that does the push. So I know you don't know what those mean, Sam, and you're not supposed to know, but
like drug dealers or something.
A lot of times it is the woman that does the pushing. They're stronger. We just have to be there to support and hold their hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we couldn't do it, and I don't have a vagina.
Yeah, that's the main reason why.
That's the main reason.
I mean, there is that.
Yes, there is that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? I mean, in a world, it's just so funny to think about. Like in a world where if men had to bear children, like.
Could you imagine the windsock that would be hanging in between your legs instead of what's there if you did have to birth it out your urethra?
And just the other idea is like I guess it'd be paternity leave would be a year and a half. You know, federally mandated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, anyway, it's just dumb things I think about. Now I play the clip I played.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
We're going to score this a 10 out of 10. IMDb gives it a 6.6. We'll see kind of where we rank there. Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm quite 6.6. I think I'm probably more, let's say 5.6.
Okay.
I'll drop it a whole point. Just, because of Chris Evans. And again, it's nothing personal against him. I don't think he was right for the film.
Okay.
I'm kind of right along the lines of Andrew. I think I might have liked it a little bit less at a 5.2, just kind of out of 10. It's just there. It's serviceable. It's a Saturday afternoon feature. So, yep.
Yeah, it's Saturday afternoon feature that I'm skipping to go watch Syracuse versus UConn basketball. You know, like I don't care. And I don't care about either one of those teams, which is the point of my joke, is that I would rather watch teams that I don't care about than watch this movie again. It's kind of unforgettable. Unrememberable is the word I meant to say. I couldn't even remember the name of the movie for the show that we were doing. When typing up my file for recording, I had to look back at my notes to see what movie I was going to pull clips for. So,
oh dear.
Anyway, it's dumb. What movie did we do?
Red Sea Diving Resort.
No, thanks, Chris. Okay, sorry. I had to do the joke again. I'm just gonna give it a 5. It's just a 5. It's just a movie.
Mhm.
It's a jam. Just a movie.
It's very rare that I'm the highest one. Am I?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, unless it's a weird DC movie that you're oddly familiar or feel strongly about. You're not wrong.
Yeah, Justice League is great.
Oh, it's not. Of course, it's funny.
Zack Snyder will save us.
I'm looking back at the note or the score here, Andrew. The last time you were the highest was Guns Akimbo.
Well, that
I
was.
mean, I think we were all high on that one, though, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Andrew was an 8, and then you were a 7.62, and I was a 7.8.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like.
That
though
one deserved an 8.
Andrew liked some Prince of Thieves. Andrew went 8.2 on Prince of Thieves.
Well, that was nostalgia.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we doing next week?
Next week is a very special episode. Next week we are doing Sucker Punch, which I've never seen. Speaking of Zack Snyder, but we are going to be joined by
Special guest.
a special guest. Her name, she goes by the Lady Juan. I don't know. Her real name is Katie. I don't know if she wants me to say which one, so I'm going to say both.
It's kind of late now.
It's a little late now.
Way to go there. You
But
have to bleep that out or something.
well, yeah, I guess I'll have to get permission later. The Lady Juan, she is the co-host of the Screen Fix podcast. She'll be joining us next week. Looking
I
very.
think that every time you say her name, you should just bleep it out.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah. There you go.
just to mess with her a little bit. That would be fun.
Just make sure that we know that it's Lady Juan.
Yeah.
And it's Screen Fix podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. But call her by her real name the whole time, and just every time you do it, just bleep it out.
I love this idea.
Don't ask.
I'm gonna
Don't
have
ask.
to.
Just
I'm gonna tell her about this. So that's next week. One other thing I'm gonna say before we do the kind of the outro, is that I have been working on another project, and that project is pretty close to launching. I have recorded 2 episodes with Sam, and we'll be recording some other episodes with Andrew and Corny and some other people that we know from this show, and maybe people that you don't know from this show. So, but it's a new show. I'm looking forward to officially telling you what it is once it's been posted. Still working on the logo, getting some little things like that. It should be a lot of fun. Won't be nearly as long as these episodes, but
You should really call Ben Affleck up and have him on the show.
you know what? That would be great. I would love for Ben to come on, and
Or maybe Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah.
I think Ben Affleck and the Angry Scotsman should both be on an episode, and they can discuss which accent is better.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben's natural Australian accent or the Scotsman's half drunken Gaelic accent. I'm looking forward to that.
Wow.
Perfect.
Could be interesting.
That's an episode that just writes itself. I don't need to do anything. I'm just gonna hit record and just see what happens.
So speaking of writing itself,
yeah,
I'm going to put this out there because I don't have the time, talent, or the ability to do it. So I'm hoping that somebody listening to this will take this idea, and I'm just asking for like 1%. That's all I'm asking for. But I had this idea for a sitcom or a show, maybe just maybe it's a musical. I don't know. Very Odd Couple-esque, but calling it Republicrat. And it's about a young man who goes to college who finds himself a Democrat, who finds himself in a room with his first roommate, who happens to be a Republican. And they have to live together for a whole year, and they end up becoming the best of friends, but at the same time hating each other very much. And so that's my idea. So somebody listening, please take it, run with it. It's all yours. I give it to you freely. But if it becomes a hit, I do want a portion of the profit, and if I could be on an episode, that'd be cool. I'll just be an extra. It's fine.
Okay.
Republicrat.
I like it.
On NBC.
Coming soon to Hulu.
Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's probably
gosh.
been done before. I was just, I get these ideas when I'm half asleep and half awake at 2 a.m. You know.
No,
Not that has anything to do with anything. I just wanted to share it.
No, that's cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, great. That's great. Thank you guys so much for listening.
I feel like you just took my art project and put it on the refrigerator. Thanks, Sean.
What? No, I mean that's a really good idea. I think it's great. Honestly, I was a little scared you were gonna steal the thunder from my project. I was like,
Oh no. But that looks really great, Andrew. We're gonna put it right here on the fridge. We're proud of you, buddy.
yeah. No, we are gonna put it on the fridge. We're gonna put a nice big magnet from the time that we all went to Carowinds together. It's great. But while you're staring at Andrew's art project, go to our website, cheapseatreviews.libsyn.com, where you can find all of our old episodes. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews, at cheapseatcast is Twitter, and cheapseatreviews@gmail.com is our email address. We are now on every platform you can think of to find a podcast. iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Amazon Music now. Amazon has a podcasting thing. We're on that now. iHeartRadio. Basically, we're not on Spotify. That's about it. Otherwise, there's no excuse.
Or in Turkey.
Yeah, well, one episode got banned in Turkey. You're right.
Yeah, so they don't like us in Turkey.
They don't like us in Turkey, which is fine. So anyway, on behalf of Andrew and Sam, this is Sean saying thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week for Sucker Punch.
What did we ever do to Turkey?
I don't know, but our video got banned.
What episode was it again? Do you remember?
I don't. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.